Peace and blessings. What's up, Life Warrior? Dharma Shakti here. So happy to be with you on this Monday, first Monday of the year. Happy New Year. Happy 2019. I am excited to be in your inbox. So thank you for opening up this email and opening up, or just rather hitting the play button on this video and taking a few moments out of your day to listen to what I got to say. So I'm here in your inbox on a Monday because I got this new commitment that I made for 2019. Many of you have been asking for podcasts, for online videos, YouTube videos and online content and other ways that you can access me outside of the yoga room. And so here it is, my friends. This is the first project I'm launching this year. I have been dragging my feet. I have been dragging my feet. The camera just terrifies me. It totally terrifies me. So I have worked up the courage and I've made the commitment. This is my goal for 2019, to show up for you in a different way, in a bigger way that's really helping me step outside of my comfort zone. But I'm here to serve you. I'm here to serve you. And so it is my honor and my pleasure to be offering this to you. So Monday Message is the name of the game. That's what's happening here. Is every Monday you should have an email from me in your inbox. It might be in your spam. It might go to your spam. So make sure you add me to your familiar emails or whatever that list is, so I don't end up in your spam box. But every Monday you will have this email in your inbox from my newsletter. And it'll just have a short video in there with some kind of inspiring message to keep you motivated, to keep you going, basically to help you keep your head up and your heart open wide, because I know how difficult it can be to make your way through life. And we sort of get in these sticky, mucky places and our inspiration just goes out the window and the motivation just starts to dissipate. And we forget why we even started in the first place. And we forget why we're worth showing up for ourselves 100% week in and week out. And so what better day to get something inspiring than on a Monday? So Monday Message happening. This is our first one. Happy 2019. Let's get to it. Today's Monday Message is you are worth fighting for. I just thought this would be a nice place to start to begin our year. I know a lot of us are contemplating our New Year's resolutions and how we want 2019 to play out for us. And I just want to remind you that you, my friend, you are worth fighting for. You are worth every bit of effort it's going to take to meet those goals and to arrive at those dreams and those visions for yourself, right? You're worth fighting for when your mind is bullying you with your fears and your doubts, right? You got to fight. You got to show up to that fight and say, no, I am worth it. I am worth the effort. I'm worth the hard work. I am worth the struggle, right? That's the fight I'm talking about. Right? So I was in a coaching session earlier this year and I was asked this very question, is who or what is worth fighting for in your life? What's worth fighting for? And, a lot of people will say, my kids or my husband or my wife or, whatever it is. And for me in that moment, I was just in this place where I thought, you know what? I'm worth fighting for. Me. I need to fight for myself. I'm a giver. I am, it's probably why I ended up in the healing arts industry. So if you're anything like me, you are in the healing arts world and you are here to serve. That's a big part of your purpose and you're just a giver, or, a lot of us are people pleasers. A lot of us in those industries, we tend to have a people pleasing element to us. So if that's you, you've given a lot to others. I commend you, high five, because we need more givers in this world. But what's important is that we give to ourselves, that we fight for ourselves. And in the journey of, service, in the journey of being there for others, in the journey of really being there for the people that we love and the people that we want to serve, we forget to serve ourselves and we forget that we're worth the effort. Right? We put ourselves last. We put ourselves on the back burner and we make everybody else a priority. And so I wanted to remind you that you and your goals and your dreams are worth fighting for. Your self-care is worth fighting for. Your downtime is worth fighting for. Your free time, your vacation time, right? It's worth fighting for. Your project planning time is worth fighting for. Your projects are worth fighting for. right? Often in life, we get on board with other people's projects, or we get on board with what other people had scheduled for their free time, or we put other people before ourselves, and so we end up just sort of neglecting us, me, yourself. And so I'm here to remind you that you are worth fighting for. I grew up in a household where my parents were, bless my parents, they did the best they could, but they were too busy fighting with each other, right? Fighting with each other. And so because they were too busy fighting with each other, they forgot to fight for their children. And I'm not talking about like having an argument and, fighting over like who's the better parent and, who's going to take the kid out for dinner that day. I'm talking about fighting for that little spirit inside that child's body, that spirit, like fighting to keep that hope alive, fighting to keep those visions alive, fighting to keep that zest for life alive, right? My parents were too busy with their own stuff to like fight for the joy and the hope and the positivity and the inspiration for life. They were too busy working their stuff out to even think about trying to keep that little spirit alive inside their children, and so I got real discouraged. I ended up feeling really insecure. I was full of doubt and just didn't think much of myself. Inside of me, I knew, there was still a part of my spirit that knew I was here for something. I just had been beaten down in so many ways in my life, whether it be from my father or other, men in my life and friends and social circles and just like cultural environments that just sort of beat you down and make you feel like you're nobody and you're worth nothing and that you don't serve a purpose. And I'm here to tell you otherwise. We're all here on purpose. And we're all here to serve a purpose. That's why we're already ingrained with a purpose. And we all have gifts inside of us. And we all have skills and special, unique qualities about ourselves. And the more that we care for ourselves and the more that we tend to ourselves, we tend to our needs, whether it be our health needs or our sleep needs or our relationship needs or just our nurturing needs. When we tend to ourselves, those gifts naturally come through, right? But when we neglect ourselves and we turn away from ourselves and we just spend our whole lives distracted serving other people, or we spend our whole lives busy because we're taking care of other people, we don't actually get to see. We don't see our gifts because we're too busy looking outward. We're too busy serving outward. We haven't taken enough time to serve inward. And so you are worth fighting for. You are worth the effort it takes to go, I believe in myself, right? You're worth the fight that it takes to look down in yourself and go, hey, little child in there that didn't get what it needed, I believe in you. Hey, little child, right, who was just waiting for your parents to say, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you. That's the kind of fight I'm talking about, right? That fight to like keep that spirit alive within you, that spirit of hope, that spirit of joy, and that spirit that is full of dreams, and that spirit that knows that all possibilities are still available to you. If you're anything like me and you've had the journey that I've had or a similar journey that I've had, those dreams, they get crushed. Slowly over time, they get crushed. And for some of us, they happen quickly due to trauma, due to negative people in our lives, just due to the world. And I'm here to remind you that you are worth fighting for. Those dreams and those hopes and those goals and those visions for yourself, they are worth fighting for. And so I'm here to just get you kickstarted in 2019. Like, how are you going to fight for yourself this year? What are you going to do to plug back into you and to show up for you and to be that parent that maybe you never had? The parent that says, I'm proud of you. The parent that says, I know things are difficult, but keep going. I believe in you. The parent that says, it's okay if others are laughing at you. I love you. I think you're amazing. The parent that says, it's all right if others don't understand you. I understand you and I love you and I know what you're trying to do, so keep going. We all need that. And I know that many of you out there, many of you like myself, you didn't quite get that in your childhood. I had parents who did their best. And I had what I had. And I was blessed enough to have later on in my life some teachers and some mentors and some peers. And my mom, she finally, kind of came around and was able to hold that space for me where it was like, I believe in you. There's greatness in you. I see something in you. And if you didn't get that growing up, you know, it'll do something to your spirit. It crushes your spirit a bit. And so we got to learn how to do that for ourselves and stop waiting for people outside of us to believe in us. Stop waiting for people outside of us to be proud of us. And we got to like hunker down and fight for ourselves, you know? I'll share a really quick story with you. I was out watching a movie in downtown Long Beach. They have these movies outside that they do in the summertime. And we were watching this movie called Harold and Maude, which is kind of a dark movie. It's, you know, it's not really for children, but my kids were there. We were having a family night out to go see Harold and Maude. And my 8-year-old son was asking a bunch of questions because he was trying to understand the film and what was going on. And the whole time he was asking me questions, trying to understand, right? Really being a curious child and not being shy or hindered in wanting to learn, right? How many of us, that's been squashed out of us because, you know, we've been called stupid for asking a question, or we've been made fun of because we didn't already know the answer, right? That's what I'm talking about when our parents don't fight for our little spirit and say, it's okay that you don't know. And I really commend you for asking questions. You're not dumb. The smartest thing to do is to ask questions, right? I was that way, right? I got made fun of if I didn't already know the answer. If I didn't already know the thing, I was, you know, sarcastically made fun of by my peers or my brothers or my dad. And it really did a number on me. And so, anyways, back to my story. My 8-year-old was asking these questions, and there was this lady in front of us who was clearly annoyed by my children talking through the movie. Now, we're outside. It's an outdoor event. People are drinking and talking, and there's lots going on, but this woman was just clearly annoyed with us. And we're about 10 minutes away from the film being finished, and all through the movie, my son is asking questions, and this person keeps turning around and snickering and huffing and puffing, trying to communicate with us that she is annoyed. And I just kind of paid no attention to it. And we get to this last scene of the movie, and my son really he just had a natural child reaction. He was like, oh my God, why would he do that? Sincerely wanting to know, like, why would that character do that thing in that movie? And this lady turned around and she said, what a stupid question from a stupid child. Stupid question. Oh my God, why wouldn't he? Stupid child. And she just kept saying these things over and over. And I thought, oh really? Actually, I said this out loud to her. I said, you're gonna call my son stupid, my child stupid, for asking questions because he wants to understand what's going on. You're gonna call him stupid. And we got into, you know, we had words for a minute. She kind of huffed and puffed and went about her way and got up and left. And I turned to my son and I said, don't you ever let anybody tell you that you're stupid because you're asking questions. You are not stupid. The smartest thing you can do is to ask questions when you don't understand. Don't let anybody tell you that you're stupid because you're asking questions. Now, my friend, this is what I'm talking about. Fighting for, right? You are worth fighting for. My son is worth fighting for. My son needed to see me in that moment to stand up to that lady and say, you don't get to call my son stupid because he wants to learn and he wants to know and he wants to understand, right? He needed to see his parent stand up for him in that moment. He needed to hear from me, honey, no, you are smart for asking questions. His little spirit needed me to fight for him in that moment so it didn't get crushed by that woman who was just simply annoyed, right? So you are worth fighting for. And I really want you to, the reason I share this story with you is because I just felt like that was a perfect example, right, of fighting for the spirit of that little child so it wouldn't get crushed by somebody's immature, impatient opinion. And their opinion doesn't even count. But so often we allow other people's opinions to count, and we shouldn't. And I know it's really hard when it's your parents' opinion or your siblings' opinion, right? It really hits home. So you are worth fighting for. You are so worth fighting for. So this year, I want you to think about what it is in your life. You know, you've probably already written some resolutions out, but what is it that you want to fight for? Is it your health that's worth fighting for this year? Is it your relationships, your romantic relationships, or your familial relationships that are worth fighting for? Like, what is it about you that you have let go of, that you've just sort of given up on, that you want to fight for this year? What is it? Right? What is it? I want you to really contemplate what it is. Right? The three things that you are willing to fight for in regards to you, right, in your life. What are you worth fighting for? What is it that you're worth? What is it that you want to fight for this year? What is it that you want to fight for this year? What is it in your life? Is it a dream? Is it a project? Is it a vision? Is it a goal? Right? What is it that you are willing to fight for? And so just take some time to contemplate that. Contemplate, what those three things are. I just want you to come up with three things that you're willing to fight for this year. And it may take you the whole year to get there. It may just take you a few weeks, a few months. I want you to reconnect with you and what it is within you that maybe has dwindled away to the place where you feel like you've just sort of detached from that part of yourself. Right? Maybe you used to paint. Maybe you used to play music. Maybe you used to get outdoors more. Maybe you used to make more time for yoga, but now you had a kid, or maybe you started a big project, or you started a relationship, or, there's so many reasons why we end up putting those things in the back burner and we stop fighting for them. So I want you to pick it back up. Start fighting for yourself again, So write down three things that you are worth fighting for this year. And then I also want you to write down why those things are worth fighting for. If you're doing this in your journal, or maybe you're just going to take some time to think about it, three things that are worth fighting for in your life, right? And why they're worth fighting for. Why are they important to you? Why? Right? I think that this is such a profound practice. Such a profound practice to do, to remind us that we are willing to fight for ourselves and that we are worth fighting for, And so I'm here to remind you that you are worth it. You're worth every bit of effort. You're worth every bit of struggle. You're worth every bit of hard work and every bit of moment of difficulty that it takes to get you closer and closer to your dreams and your goals and your visions, because you deserve to live that life that you dream about. You really do. And you're worth it. And I know there may have been people in your lives and moment in your lives that have told you that you're not worth it and you should just give up on that thing, or give up on that dream, or give up on that person, or give up on that path. And you know what? If it's still in your heart, I want you to revisit it. If it's still there, I want you to just think about it for a moment. Right? And contemplate it. What are the three things that you are willing to fight for this year, and why are they important to you? All right, my friends, that is it for our Monday message. I hope that you leave here with this feeling of, I'm worth fighting for. I don't let anybody else tell you that you're just a stupid child, like that lady wanted to tell my son. Don't give in to that. Don't give in to the naysayers. Don't give in to the haters. Don't give in to the people who just don't understand the path that you're on. People will not understand. You'll find those rare people who do and hold them close to you, but don't give in. Fight that good fight. That good fight that says, I'm going to stand up for myself and I'm going to keep believing even if you don't. I'm going to keep trying even if you think I'm crazy. I'm going to keep asking questions even if you think I'm dumb. Fight for yourself. Fight for your growth and fight for your future, because you deserve it. 100% you deserve it. All right. I hope that you take some time to contemplate these things, to write them down, to journal about them, maybe before you go to bed tonight, or if you have a moment right now to do it. But looking forward to more videos with you all. Until next Monday, have a great week, and remember that you are worth fighting for this week. Don't let anybody take you off that path of your trajectory towards your future. You are worth it. You are worth it. You are worth it. All right. Thank you for taking time to listen. I am so honored that you joined me here today, and I look forward to many more Monday messages with you all. Peace and blessings. Keep your head up and your heart open wide. I'll see you next time. Namaste.